I'm not doing it.
Well, I mean, I think it's an honest opinion coming from someone, because I can tell you that as an outsider and from a lot of other outsiders, and I say outsider, I'm speaking of someone who doesn't live in Nigeria, is not from Nigeria, watching this, I can tell you for us, for black folks in America, it reminds us a lot about like the Black Lives Matter movement, where what the world sees, especially recently with George Floyd, was people assume that was just one incident and everybody blew up.
Yeah.
But much like I can imagine a Nigerian situation, it's almost like the stew that's bubbling, and when it boils over, that's when the world sees it.
Yeah, it's like so many people. I think the first opinion I gave you about Nigeria was I hate Nigeria.
Yeah, that's what you said.
No, I don't hate my country. That's something I tell people. If I could get an amazing university education in my country, if my country was peaceful, if I wouldn't leave. I'll probably just travel outside for vacations and all. You get? I don't hate my country, but for me, it's just not worth it. It's like something happens over time. So many young people, over on Twitter, we had people posting and it's like, we have corruption, we have terrible healthcare issues, we have our educational system nasty. Yet, this killing on is like, no. Yeah, we're going to endure the corrupt leaders, we're going to endure the terrible healthcare system, we're going to end, but don't kill us. You know, that was the height of it for so many people. You get, like, I'm trying to survive in this terrible country with all the recessions we've had. Yet, I can't even just like go out and come back home in peace. It's like your young child is leaving and you're scared. In Nigeria and Africa, it's crazy.
No. So explain why there's a lot of people, a lot of my folks are watching, especially from the US, the UK, and those places. And Nigerians are like everywhere in the whole world. It's like, hey, anywhere you go, Nigerians are there.
Anywhere you go, you don't see that. There's a popular, I don't know if to call it an adage or just a saying, you know? Just a saying, that anywhere in the world you go to and you don't see a Nigerian, most importantly, you don't see an Igbo person, please run away for your life. Like if an Igbo person couldn't survive there, then...
And Nigerians are everywhere. It's like everywhere. And so make sense of this for me, right? We have people that are seeing a lot of people, specifically maybe like from West Africa, coming to places like the US. Okay. And for some people in the US, it's like, wow, we're trying to come to Africa, right? We're trying to escape racism to come to home, right? The motherland. Yeah. So for a person watching this on the outside and they're trying to make sense of why would somebody leave this place that we're trying to go to? Why is that?
So it's almost the same thing when I see people saying they want to go to Nigeria. I'm like, we're running from Nigeria. So I think it depends on what you're looking for. It's different experiences. So for some, maybe African Americans, for example, maybe like you. So for some people, it's like they want to connect with the motherland or with the homeland or whatever, you know, find their heritage or you get. For a typical Nigerian, it's, I want a good job, or a good education, or somewhere secure. I feel like the difference, you know, is just, we need different things, you know. So if I feel like I can find what I'm looking for in Canada, we have a lot of people going to Canada right now. In Canada, then I'll go there. And we have some people trying to, I don't know the word to use, it's like, oh, don't go to Canada. They try to use the snow, or you think
like discouraging people from going.
Yeah, discouraging people from going. That was the word. There's too much snow. It's too cold. Or you think you go there and then immediately you get a good job. And I'm like, for some, everyone knows. Like it's like, you know, you're wearing the shoe. You know where it's hurting you. You know, so you can actually live a very peaceful life in Nigeria. Mind your business. You know, but some people want more. So it's
What I tell people is, it's like, if you're in the U.S., I tell people it's kind of like, so imagine, for the folks watching this, imagine like somebody in the hood, right? And you're telling that person, yo man, stay in the hood, everything is in the hood that you need, right? You can start a business in the hood, you can do real estate in the hood. But for those of us that came from the hood, I ain't necessarily come from the hood, but you know, the hood was very close to me. For a lot of those cats, it's like, why would I stay in this hood when like all the opportunities are out there? And from the time you're born, you're socialized to get out of this environment to just make a better life. And so one of the reasons why we try to have these conversations is to really provide perspective that, you know, the continent, Ghana, Nigeria, it's not like utopia. It's not like a terrible place that like all hell is breaking loose every day. But I tell people, especially folks that are watching this, a lot of people have the perception like when I come to Africa, it's like Wakanda. That's what they believe. It's because of the movies.
I watched the movie and I was like, nah, this ain't real, but it's fun to watch. So
yeah, and so, but for a lot of people who grew up in an environment where they're cognizant of what their skin color looks like every single day of their life, and not just that, right? They literally cannot go to certain places. They can't shop at certain places. They literally can get killed for just breathing, which happens a lot. For those individuals to come to a place like Ghana where they can walk down the street and never have to worry that like somebody may shoot me simply because I moved too quickly, right? Or I was playing with my cell phone and they thought it was a gun or what may have you. What would you say to people who are outside? Oh, go ahead. You were going to say something. Go ahead.
That's the point with different needs.
Yeah.
So for a Nigerian, they've probably never experienced racism in their life. So you're trying to explain racism, and I'm like, but I have bad people here too. I have SARS.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you, well, we also experience police brutality. So I'm never going to understand what you're saying until I experience it. You get? So it's a matter of, I have a need. I feel like I'm going to my problem, the solution to my problem is out there. I'll go out there. If you feel like the solution to your problem is down here, fine, good luck. You know?
You say good luck. Why do you say good luck? Say good luck. Good luck. Like, hey,
enjoy.
I wouldn't do it, but good luck.
You know, yeah. Like I said, you can live a good, wholesome life in Nigeria if you want. It's a matter of what you're looking for. We have people who have never traveled, who would never travel till they die. Not everyone can afford to travel.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's very true. It's very true.
They'll live a very healthy, mind their business, not concern themselves with politics. And maybe one day some healthcare issue kills them and they'll die.
That's pretty morbid. So on changing the subjects a little bit. No, but it's interesting because I tell people all the time, no, the world is a big place. You got good people in different places. You got bad people in different places. You got good circumstances, bad circumstances. There is a reality that exists that when you are familiar with something, you see it differently. Like when I tell people that I moved from America to Ghana, like a lot of times they think I've lost my mind. But when I begin to ask them why they feel that way, most of their perception of the U.S. is movies.
Yes.
Right? So a lot of people tell me, oh, in the movie I seen this, in the movie I saw that. And I tell them, okay, in movies I see lions. Right? The movie is Wakanda, right? We know that's not real.
Yeah.
But if that's your only understanding of a particular place or a particular people, then your knowledge is very limited.
Yeah. We've had cases of people traveling out and regretting. And we also have situations where people travel out when they are younger. Then when they get older, they come back home. So it's all a matter of wherever you think you'll be fine, go there.
So do you have a desire to move out?
Well, yes, but I don't think it's really strong. You know, I like I said, I've not gone beyond Ghana, so I can't really like say. But I kind of like the life here. I kind of like the access we have to water. I hear the stories, you know.
Okay.
You know, and I kind of feel like life here is quite cheaper, but probably I'll earn better there. So I don't know. I'll probably travel out. I'll probably come back to Africa. Let's see.
So for people who ask this question, why is it that so many folks in Africa, the thought is, let me travel outside of the continent, but not necessarily let me travel somewhere else within the continent?
Yeah.
Because Africa is huge, right?
Yeah, that's true. Because it's Africa. I think that's just it. I think we've just had this perception of Africa that. So I saw a picture of Mauritius, the beach.
Yes.
And I didn't believe that was in Africa. Like someone said, "Oh, this." I'm like, "Oh wow, okay." I mean, we have the beaches here too, but it's just like it looks so cool. You know, it should be out there. I think we just have this. Once we attach the name Africa to it, it just has this negative, and it's terrible. I actually hate it, but it is what it is, you know. So I think I tell people, anywhere you go, don't go there expecting that this is paradise. You know, that's, I think sometimes when my friends ask me about Ghana, and I'm like, see, Ghana is not heaven. You still have to be careful. You know, nowhere is paradise, but it might work for you in Ghana. It might work for you in Canada, it might work for you in Ethiopia, whatever works for you, you know, but just don't have this idea of paradise in your head, because you're on earth. It's not possible. So yeah.
That's really good. And I just want to ask just maybe like one or two more questions, and I want you to tell the story. We talked about those differences and how some people come, let's say from the US to Ghana, and they may have trouble with things like, you know, the lights going off. Even if the lights go off once a week, right? Because I tell people that I can count on one hand how many times my lights have gone off in my entire life, right? Living in the States, you know, versus the lights are off right now, right, where we are. But you told a story about maybe when you were looking for a place to live, and one place you thought was not suitable because they tell that story.
It was a pit toilet. Who does that?
Which is what? Explain that to people.
Okay.
So explain. You were shopping for a place to live, and then what happened?
Okay. So a friend calls me, texts me actually. So I was looking for a place to live, and I called a few friends. I'm actually house hunting. So if you find somewhere, please, I need somewhere cheaper. Actually, call me. So this guy texts me. Oh, we have some place. It was quite cheap, you know, and we have to share. And I'm like, okay, cool. Because of how cheap it was, I wasn't really expecting so much, but I was expecting at least a good toilet. That is like the least. I wasn't expecting an AC or whatever, a good toilet. I go there, and as usual, the toilet is outside, as expected, Ghana houses. Anyway, I go to the toilet, and it's not WC. It's not like the flush.
So what was it?
2021.
So what was it?
So it's a pit toilet. I don't know. I couldn't even open it.
Okay.
I don't know if it was nasty, if it was clean. I didn't want to know. It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a pit, dug in the ground.
Yes.
Like a hole. So it doesn't have that seat, you know, and then the thing where you flush. Like, what's that? It's 2021. Who does this? I just couldn't. And I'm sure, like I said, I'm coming from Nigeria. Nigeria is not like the richest country. I'm sure there are also things like that in Nigeria, but it's not my experience. No, never used a toilet in my life. And sharing, I just couldn't. I told them it's fine, I'll call you, no problem. I never called.
Yeah, so, you know, I wanted you to share that story because, you know, I was telling you that, you know, in my mind, I couldn't even imagine going to any place where they didn't have, I couldn't imagine going to a place where they had an outhouse. I mean, I had friends that grew up in the southern part of the U.S. that had outhouses.
Yeah, that's kind of normal.
But like, I couldn't imagine going to a place where like there was literally a hole in the ground, and it's like, hey, this is your place to live. It would be almost as foreign as saying, hey, your roommate will be an alien. Like, that's how foreign it is for a lot of people watching this. So, but I think some of the things you mentioned was really interesting around, like, it's Africa, right? It's not heaven. Like, no place is heaven. Everything has its good and its bad. So last thing is, any words to people that are out there, Nigerians, Africans, or whatever, and maybe there's some people who are considering coming back, you know, because maybe they've experienced out there, and like you said, they realize it's not heaven. What would you say to those people?
Well, if you want to come back, fine. At least now you have the both experiences. You know, you have the Nigerian experience, or the Ghanaian, if it's a Ghanaian, you have the African experience, and you have the experience out there, outside Africa. So I feel like now, if you come back, first of all, you have better money, because money speaks here. Money is the language people understand here. You know, I feel like that happens everywhere, but money here. You have better money. Now you know how to navigate issues better. And I feel like when you come back from there, it's easier to live a better life here. You know, better housing. And sometimes people just respect you because you've gone out.
Really?
Yeah, it's just Ghana, but it's like, oh, you're out. I'm like, I'm just in Ghana. It's like, I'm not far. It's quite far though, but I'm not outside. It's just Ghana. So yeah, that's it.
Well, I definitely appreciate your time today. Thank you for stopping and talking with me. I know that the comment section will be blown up by all the Nigerians, all the Ghanaians, and the other people sharing their experiences. So we definitely appreciate it. And for those of you watching, I definitely appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. And until next time, peace.